and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the newest session of the New Embrace campaign. Now, before we jump right into the action, we have a few short announcements we have to make, where I'm going to push another button, and it didn't work. Now it works. Okay, I got to double tap the button. Cool. Okay, so before we jump into the game, we have a few short announcements to make. The first of which is going to be our Patreon. Well, last week we revamped the Patreon a little bit, so we have more incentives for people to join us other than being members in some of our games. Now, although we are more than happy to have you jump in on the fun and join in on our games, we are filling up on our slots very, very quickly on a regular basis. As such, if you want to support what we do here and you want to get a little bit extra entertainment out of it, please consider following us over at our Patreon and joining it, where you'll be able to gain benefits from certain rollable tables, different projects I'm working on the side, say the augmentation system, or you also get to gain access to the early release of a comic series based off of NPCs that are player characters for me, that people get to experience in our games. The people who decide which perspective the comic is going to be from each month are the people who are the patrons. So if you want to be some of the ones that get to vote on this, be sure to join the Patreon early. The current vote is leading favorably towards Luna by a very large stretch. There is a small conspiracy within the community of people who wish to have Hedge be the first vote for some reason. And then Lucifon is running in a close second, with Hedge being third, of course. But we're going to keep this open for the next couple of weeks or so. At the end of the month, we close this off. We're going to be having a comic written and drawn with me doing the writing, not the drawing. You don't want that to happen. We have a professional artist coming in who's going to be doing that for us as well. And every month we will go through the same system. You vote, we put it in their perspective, you enjoy the story. Of course, if you want to support us and not through that means, please consider joining any of our medias. We have a Twitch, a Twitter, a YouTube, and a Facebook, all of which will be in the description below, or you can use our simple commands in our chat. But aside from that, I don't think there's anything else I care to go over right now. So, players, where last we left off, all of you were in the very lush and beautiful and historically enriched city of Saldaran-Fion, a metropolis built off of the religious backbone of all of Solemn, the individuals who are most dutiful in their pursuits of religion and worship. It is a very beautiful, very ostentatious kingdom where most of the normal races, as they are referred to, are seen and commonly known. We started the session with a blade at Chase's throat, having a conversation with somebody that he seemed all too familiar with, somebody who had specific aspects that Chase could easily discern and realize what was happening. Now, after communicating slyly to N that there's something going on over here, N went over to the door and tried acting as if it was somebody else trying to enter in. Of course, when they finally opened the door, after Chase was already being escorted out at knife point, a blade went flying out and knocked N on their ass, immediately knocking them unconscious as they began bleeding on the ground. The rest of the party was already on their way over there, Gabriel in a state of, well, a very common state of undress, but also exhaustion, where they were able to bring N back to consciousness and took off pursuing after this individual. Rowan took into wolf form or cat form, I believe.
It was a giant cat, like some kind of big cat.
A puma. Let's go with puma.
I thought it was a snow leopard.
Rowan turned into a snow leopard. Snow puma, whatever. But you leaped down into the city streets and began trying to track after the individual when everybody else caught up running through the downstairs. You chased them over to the side of the wall, and you managed to climb over it, though it took a great deal of effort from specific individuals not having the upper body strength to actually climb said wall. When you got out there, Chase was currently tied up where he made an agreement with the individual that, oh yeah, sure, I'll totally leave town and let you just go kill these people I was with. No problem. Chase learned that this individual was after somebody in particular in the group, though he didn't learn who it was. Through a little bit of deceit and maybe some truth, you all believe that the target is N for some reason. Which brings the first question to everybody's mind. Who did N sleep with that pissed off somebody else? Because naturally that has to be the circumstance. But regardless, you managed to live through those events, meeting up with your fantastic and flamboyant friend Ignatius, and use his room as respite. Now, Chase, you took to the streets, and I believe you brought Solaris with you, correct? Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks, everybody.
Yeah, correct.
All right, so Solaris and Chase went throughout the city where you came across a very, very non-assuming looking shingle sales place. Do you remember the name of this establishment?
Single shingle?
Okay, good. They slyly and discreetly communicated quite a little bit of information to you, where you went over to a different butcher to purchase some meat and paid an absurd amount of money, and when you came back with all of your allies, you were escorted down into a secret tunnel system beneath Sutter and Fion, taking you over to a safe house that is literally an underground house that is left out of sight and out of view of anybody who does not know how to get down there. And when we left off, you were all inside, starting to settle yourselves into this tiny little location and waiting for a specific individual to approach from somewhere. So, we begin with each of you making up your rooms inside of this safe house. It is a lovely establishment, a single-story building, but below ground, of course, with a total of 5 bedrooms. However, the living room is very, very large, and the kitchen is stockpiled with all non-perishable goods and foods that would be essential for somebody to survive off of for a period of time. There are 3 barrels of large water positioned down here as well, and a small armory of very sharp, very pointed objects that is under lock and key currently. And this is where we begin.
So, has anyone else had like the worst day of their life?
No.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. But I'd go as far as to say like 90% of your life before this was like worse. So,
Are you having a bad day?
yes.
Huge,
Is there a kitchen in here?
There is.
Rowan goes straight to the kitchen.
Alrighty. The cupboards are packed full of non-perishable goods and foods. Nothing terribly, well, good, but it's all things that are sustenance and survival based.
Is there a version of peanut butter in here?
I will say yes, but it's only chunky peanut butter, no creamy.
Rowan loves chunky peanut butter, so she grabs it.
Rowan, can I get some, like, just on a spoon and just jar to mouth, just please?
Yeah. Rowan will go over to N and start scooping it out.
All right,
Gable
now-
Just constant.
Gable just looks over the whole building, familiarizing himself with it for security mainly.
roll an investigation, Gabriel. Solaris, you ritually cast Unseen Servant to make some tea. Okay. And your servant knows how to make tea in only one way, the way that you drink it. But it knows it very well.
Yep.
Very well. Do you happen to have tea leaves?
I mean, I think so. I'd say Solaris usually would.
All right, then it needs to use some of yours. all of the food and water down here is strictly non-perishable, which tea is, but also essential, which tea is very expensive.
Right.
Peanut butter
Okay.
just so happens to be essential because it's a shit ton of protein.
And emotionally essential.
So, you're still down here with the halfling, who goes over to one of the couches and sits down, throwing his feet up, aiming for the table, but his feet fall a little short for it. Well, now that I know there are no prying eyes down here, how about we discuss a little bit of business now? So which of you is being hunted right now?
That's the question.
It's N, Rowan says with her mouth full of peanut butter.
We think it's me, and says back with mouth just as full.
Or she could have just been unlucky.
They.
Apparently, we all have reasons why people would want to hunt us.
Well, everybody has a reason why you deserve to die. It's very common. But what is the reason you think that they were the target?
In? Okay, what kind
Someone
of
they
else?
slept with. That's my vote. Rowan goes back in for more peanut butter.
I have been nothing but respectful to my partners. Thank you. Even
What
when
about-
it's like time.
What about your partner's spouses?
That's not any of my business.
But other than that, what proof do you have that you're the one being targeted? Because I don't want to set a trap that is going to be, well, fail-ridden.
We had someone who warned us that they were paying attention to us. They thought it might be specifically for me, but I don't know.
And how about the rest of you? Any reason any of you might be targeted for death? He looks directly at you, Chase. There are some lies that you don't even get to roll for, buddy. With your line of work, there's always a possibility.
Maybe.
Oh, come on, there's no way that we're able to help you. By the way, I love your cup. Unless you're gonna be honest with us. So. Have any of you pissed off any nobles? Or even worse, any governors or higher status? Have any of you attacked people that happen to have a lot of status or power at their disposal? Have
Oh my
any of you-
god. Oh my god. It's that guy who we forged the signature for.
This might be leading somewhere. What?
What was his name? Pimperknuckle?
Oh, Pumpernickel.
I think it was Pimperknuckle, but okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was Pumpernickel. That's right. My memory sometimes I get confused.
Pimpernickel. That
Really
fuck?
hard.
Does
Really?
Solaris know the real name?
That is his real name.
It
He was introduced from the guards. That is his real name.
Pimpernickel.
Yeah. Not everyone's blessed with badass names.
I mean, that's true.
It's a clear-cut sign that you matter in the story if you have a cool name.
I've killed a noble, or at least someone very rich. Whether they were resurrected, I have no idea. I really doubt anyone
Where?
cares.
Where at? Who were they?
It was in the Weldon Top.
That's far.
A slave trader, a name of Jodan.
You killed Jodan? His
Yeah.
eyes are wide, just staring at you. Solaris and Chase and N roll history checks. Sorry, Rowan.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Chase, sorry. N. That's an individual who passed away. Well, wait, you already know this, don't you? Did Gabriel already tell you?
Probably.
Yeah, I mentioned the name.
Okay. Well, then, Solaris, this will do you some benefit. This individual is an incredibly notable, wealthy merchant through all of Claimstead. He was the third seat to the Council of Many, meaning that he was the third lineage away from being a direct council member himself, behind his father and his mother. His mother is the current seat in front of it.
Oh,
He
jeez.
mysteriously died under unfortunate circumstances, as everybody released it, roughly about, I'd say, a year and a half ago, Gabriel? Just about?
2.5, I would say, but
2.5 years ago, he mysteriously died. There was a huge ceremony and a very awful, very sad group of people, you know, always trying to spread the word about him and how he was such a fantastic, and he was a fantastic public figure. He donated to orphanages. He spent a lot of his time hanging out with the middle class, helping them build up their society, helping them build more walls in their fortresses. He even had contacts out inside the wilds themselves. He was an all-around great guy, as far as everybody knew.
Well, you are a bold one, Gabriel.
I'm not bold. It was just the only way I could get out from his thumb. And, well, he was not the nice guy everyone seems to think he is.
I mean, a slaver? I mean, that's a little... those... It. Okay.
It doesn't surprise me.
That surprises me. Considering how much influence they have in the city. If he's dead, which he's dead.
Well, there's always resurrection. I didn't. It's always possible.
His mother is a devoted worshiper of the Raven. There's no way she would allow him to be resurrected.
Well, that's at least a little bit of good news, right?
Oh no, because that means somebody else is after. Probably him. Fuck me. This is a big job. How much did I charge you again?
A lot.
Not that much. Damn. You're all gonna need some help. Alright? Listen. I know a guy. Well, kind of a guy. I know a person. Let's go with that. He's been spewing off some religious mumbo-jumbo bullshit, you know. But he means well. And we may have been working alongside him for a short period of time, helping him integrate into society a bit more. It's a long story. Anyways, I think this guy might be able to help you at least stay safe. But as for killing the people coming after you, I mean, he looks at you, Chase. Do you have any idea who they are? Which organization they work for, which branch, anything?
I believe they it is the, and I need to find this in my paperwork. Hold on one second. Chase doesn't
Okay.
say that, player says that.
Yeah, no problem. Are you going to use the real name?
Yes, in this case, I will.
Darkened Society.
Darkened Society. Thank you.
Which I believe many of you, once you hear that name out loud, you realize who they are. Or at least a little bit of something about them.
Isn't that the... Weren't we supposed to be looking into them for something?
Yes. I have it written down above Gladwitch's name, but does Gladwitch have anything to do with the Darkened Society?
Unknown.
Okay.
Gladwitch was the individual who...
He's recruiting the elves, right?
Yes, he's the one
professor.
recruiting all of the elves over to
Right.
Claimstead. But you received this information the same time that you received the information about the Darkened Society, which is the one
Okay.
who's going after the monstrous races for some reason.
Right.
Well, it may be both of us, Gabe.
Okay.
Alright, well, you'll need this person. And I'm gonna need one of you. As bait. I'll be honest with you.
Me.
Kothar steps forward. No. Well, it doesn't need to be the real person. We'll make you look like them. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Shouldn't be a
Wait.
problem. I'd like to meet these
How
people
dangerous
personally.
is this?
On a scale of you're absolutely going to die to hanging out with butterflies and catching them, I'd rank it around a Leviathan attack.
Butterflies are hard to catch.
So, all right, big red guy, you said you're going to be coming with. Yeah, might as well.
Kotha,
No.
why are you going?
Is this like? I feel like this is a bad idea.
Because you're beaten to shit, barely able to stand up right now. Everyone else has shit they're trying to do. I want to get closer to these fuckers, and no offense to any of you, I'm a lot bigger and tougher than you. If something hits me, it doesn't hurt nearly as much.
Well, Kothar, just remember that I'm responsible for your soul, so keep that in mind, okay?
You do make a good point.
Rowan will summon a good berry and give it to Kothar and say, in case you need it.
Thank you. He eats it and begins walking. So, the halfling and him leave, all of you here inside of the little home. And there's a total of 7 jars of peanut butter remaining.
7
And I-
jars?
Yes. This is made
I
for
don't know if
people
that's
to
going to
live
be enough
bunkered
between the
down.
two of us.
There's also
They didn't
tuna
like-
fish.
That's all you, dude.
Are there chocolate chips?
No, those aren't necessary. Lots of beans, though. All assortment of beans. What's that face for? Beans are fantastic. You bake them.
They have no
Depends on the
flavor,
beans.
and the texture is. Bleh. I'm gonna stick to peanut butter.
Ends with the beans. Certain beans can be good.
So. They leave through the trapdoor. And they're going to be gone for a long period of time. Are any of you doing something during that period of time?
Pacing.
Yeah, before we probably need to rest, right? I forget what time of.
You all long rested the day before, but Gabriel is the one who is exhausted still from having his skin ripped off and then healed over.
Go take a nap, Gabe.
Fine. Gable just finds a couch in the middle of the building where he can hear everything and just plunks down on it.
Easy enough. You drag the couch over to the kitchen, which is in the middle of the building.
Chase is gonna check out the armory. He's not gonna like open it or anything. Just kind of see what if he can see anything.
Roll a investigation. All right. You notice the daggers, the short swords, a couple of ball-bearing bags already positioned. You're familiar with the very basic essentials. There's also a tripwire trap that is ready to be set and released if anybody needs it. Though it has no particular component in the bottom end of it, it seems to be just a simple tripwire trap for future use. And aside from that, there doesn't appear to be anything else in here. Yeah.
Could Solaris attempt to read more of that ancient mage's text or whatever that he has?
Absolutely.
All right, I do that.
It's a time-based thing. You have to spend a number of hours reading from it to
Right.
learn things. So it's not a skill check. It's just you allocate the time. You will get there.
Okay.
So
I would like to take off to a room by myself with peanut butter and just stomp around screaming in an infernal.
Okay.
So I would like to have a little freak out.
fair enough. Notably, all of you can barely even hear them when the door is closed. It's a safe house.
Rowan will let Frank out of her fanny pack to roam.
Frank immediately dives into one of the peanut butter jars.
Protein.
Beefcake probably noses in on the peanut butter as well.
Oh,
Always forgot
there's
it.
about
I
to be
know.
a fight.
Frank will win.
Frank is swole.
Beefcake gets bigger.
Slower.
So, cat, dog. Cat always wins. Like,
He's not a cat, dog. He's a hog.
size comparison is equivalent. And also, rats are fucking fighters, dude. Those things are so scary. They want to be? Oof. But anyways. About 4 or 5 hours go by before you hear a rhythmic knocking chase that indicates that the halfling is back.
All right, gang, he's back, and I'll go open the trapdoor.
Okay.
Or the secret door.
Begins climbing up first, making you step back, and then you see another individual begin climbing in as well. Nolth, would you like to describe what you look like to them?
What? Oh, sorry.
I look a big half orc, lots of scars, big dreads, a lot of tribal tattoos you can notice on him, and a mask of a skull face paint on his face. The first thing you notice about him is the big grin he has, just an infectious smile. Someone who really likes just being happy most of the time. Very relaxed atmosphere. Has a big shield and no weapon on him. You notice no weapon, small little half. He has a little breastplate on, and just about big for a half orc, about 6'4"-ish. Pretty big guy.
This individual comes climbing up as well. All right. Nolth, this is the group I told you a little bit about.
These the people.
Yep, that's them.
Oh.
Go ahead, introduce yourself. Nolth, people.
Nice to meet you. I'm North. Could I get y'all names if y'all don't mind?
Gable set up at this point and is looking over North too closely. I'm Gabriel.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Gabriel. Let's see. That's Gabriel. And the others.
I'm Chase, and I'll be right back. And I'm going to go knock on N's door.
Alright, Chase. Okay, we got two.
You
of
just
them.
hear like a
How many of them are y'all?
they're beating their like head against the wall, just having a little.
Are they okay? Whoever's in there? Are they okay?
Yeah, probably, maybe.
But how many of you said there was
5 of
five
them.
with this
Well,
group?
there's 6 of
Five.
them. But the one he's coming with me for, well,
Ah, okay. Yeah, you'll get it done. But just for him, just
I
make
mean,
your
you saw
prayers.
him
You'll
when
be
we
good.
go to pick you up. You
Yeah,
saw
he's a
him.
big guy. He should be fine. Just make
And
your
you-
prayers, and you should be fine. Not that hard. Let's see. So we got Gabriel, we got Chase, and who is? Well, you pointing towards Rowena.
Rowan.
Rowan, my bad.
Yeah.
Who are you, Sherry?
I'm Rowan.
Nice
This is
to meet
Jeff.
you.
She points
Yeah.
at Jeff.
There is a very swole
Frank.
rat.
Frank.
There's a very swole rat on the table, currently covered in peanut butter, licking it off its face.
And the hog is beefcake.
Oh, beefcake in front.
Boar,
Got some
the
good
boar,
animal.
boar.
Got you some furry friends. Got you some companions. Okay.
Can
And
Gabriel do an insight?
Go for it. This individual is honestly very hard to read because they just have a fluid personality that's indistinguishable from any personality.
he's unique.
That's one way of putting it as well, yeah.
Yeah. Solaris. Is Solaris in the room?
Maybe? Solaris?
I mean, I'd probably just be in my room reading at this
Okay.
point.
So where are the other two individuals? I hear one in the back. Where's the other one?
The door opens up as Nibble opens it for you, and you see the elf sitting there reading their book.
Oh. Future companion. It's nice to meet you. I'm Nathal. I shall be joining to help you. My good friend Nibble sent me over here to help.
I'm gonna crack open N's door and just kind of peek in.
They're smashing their head against the wall using the horns.
I'll shut the door, go back out.
All right.
They're busy.
It's
Also,
good to-
N, give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, Jesus.
Concussion.
It stopped
Concussion.
slamming. They stopped slamming.
Eh,
Nap time.
It's good to meet you, Solaris, I guess. I think it'll be fun to work with you. I'll go meet the last one now. Chase, where's the last one at?
They're a little busy. I'm sure they will be out shortly.
Okay, I guess no problem with that. What y'all got around here to eat?
You see a lot of peanut butter on the table.
Sweet and peanut butter. It can't be worse than my mama's cooking.
And I'm assuming there's no more noise coming from the room.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and peek my head in again.
N's just lying on the floor unconscious.
I'm gonna go over to Rowan. Chase goes over to Rowan. You might want to go check on M. I think they're
God.
asleep, but I don't know.
Does Gabriel hear this?
What's your passive?
Oh, shit. Probably not 11.
You really got to take that observant feat, buddy. You want to know everything, and you just
Hey, don't worry. I'm less passive than you now. I got the worst passive now. 10.
Rowan, do you want to go check on N?
Yeah, Rowan will kind of walk over and peek in N's room.
N's just lying on the floor, unceremoniously, head bleeding
Like-
a little bit.
Oh God, unusually rumpled.
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, Rowan will go over and kneel next to N and kind of shake their shoulder a little bit, very gently.
And you come back to consciousness very little bit.
Huh?
What the hell happened?
Panicked a little bit.
Is there a hole in the wall?
Oh, absolutely. Well, less a hole and more of a dug out divot against all of the earth and ground that is down here. Past the wall.
Rowan will gesture at the wall. What happened there?
And just like points at their head and just be like, just trying to get it cleared up a little bit. All this shit's been happening.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah. This was
You
but
want to stay in here for a while, or do you want to go back out by the peanut butter?
you had me at peanut butter.
Yeah, let's go. There's some new person out there. He's pretty big.
And just kind of like rub off their forehead and like fix the clothing that they're wearing and make sure their hair is like.
Oh, fix it? So you say fabulous.
Yeah. Yes.
That is the beauty of that armor. So, you walk out, and Nolth, I believe you've probably been speaking this whole time.
Been talking real well. I'm talking to them. I'm doing that good talk.
Oh, hey, and that's Nolth. He's here to make sure that your buddy doesn't die.
I'll keep them real good and safe. Just start knocking on the wood.
And also, can you help them get, like, integrated into, like, actual society? They kind of, like, lack social purpose and understanding.
Yeah, the tribe has kind of gone the wayside at this point. Dren. They kind of have me out here. I'm helping though. Gotta find purpose somewhere as long as there's something to do.
Well, I might not be responsible for your soul like I am the other two guys in here, but I'll be responsible for your social soul.
I know my soul belongs to the one. I only the one right now. But thank you though. But if you want to help me socially, that'd be fine.
Sure. It's probably the least I could do in return for your
How
help.
rude. Nice to meet you. I'm Noth. What is your name?
Very nice to meet you.
And it's very nice to meet you. I hope we will have a great working relationship together.
Alright, good. He's your headache now. So, we're setting up our trap. It should probably be done in a day. So tomorrow morning, I'll come back here. I'll get you all out of here. And then you can go on your merry way. Alright?
Okay.
Of course, if something else changes, we'll let you know.
All right.
It's always a pleasure doing work with new people. By the way, do you have any affiliation with any groups or organizations, Chase? Long-term commitments and all.
Not particularly long. No, I wouldn't say any. No, there's no long term.
Well, if you're interested in joining one, I mean, we have influence here. We run most of Selder and Fion.
Interesting. Yeah, perhaps we can talk more later.
Well, why not talk now? Oh, you don't want them to hear. That's reasonable. Let's go in a room. The guy goes over to a room.
Actually, this one's mine. We'll go in here. Point to my room. And...
Yeah. All right. Cool. Then everybody else.
Go and give me some food.
Rowan will try to get close to Chase's room to see if she can hear anything.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
What?
The rooms are soundproof. It's hard to hear through them.
That's right.
It's none of my business if she wants to go spy on her companions.
It's pretty good. Roll a charisma check, Chase.
All right.
Rowan, you don't hear anything.
Gable just kind of watches things from the couch, more interested in keeping other things and resting.
Already?
Do they have any liquor while here?
No liquor.
I know.
Actually, wait, this is a rogue's place. Lots of liquor.
There we go.
You open up the bottom cabinet where cleaning supplies are supposed to be, and there it is.
Cleaning supplies.
Cleans the soul. All right. But anyways, ooh, someone's barbecuing. I smell burnt wood. It's great.
I found the good stuff.
So, Chase, he sits there and goes, all right, so what are you looking for from your organization, and have you ever worked with other organizations in the past?
I'm just looking for a place that I can pick up work from time to time.
So more of a freelancer than an associate.
Yeah. And then see how it works, how that goes both ways, make sure that it's a good fit for either side, and then maybe if
Easy
the
enough.
first few dates are good, we can go steady.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well, you'll be working through me if anything comes around. First off, we gotta make sure we survive this shit.
Right.
That's pretty hellish.
So,
Did you know he was tied in with them?
I had no. I didn't know. I've met these people recently. So I really didn't know much about their backgrounds at all. Were you able to find out anything else, or?
Not yet. We're trying to keep eyes out if anybody else comes into the city uninvited, but given the fact that it's the Darkin, they're not going to be seen if they don't want to. We haven't had an issue with them in these parts in probably a decade.
Oh wow. What do you have a backup plan? Not that you
Backup
guys
plan?
can't do it, but I'm just wondering.
We always have plan A, B, C.
Okay.
Plan A, make your friend look like your other friend on the couch. Make them come after him. Jump them in response.
Gotcha. That makes
Plan
sense.
B, if that one fails, more than likely your friend's either dead or they know that we're onto them.
Yeah.
And
He
that
chose to
becomes a
take that
bit
risk,
more yeah, that one becomes a bit more complicated. Plan C is to fortify ourselves and disconnect from all other organizations and freelances. We don't really want the Darkins as enemies if we can help it. But work is work, coin is coin.
Right. So, are there? How much longer do you think we'll be in here?
Only about a day.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning you should be able to leave, depending on how Plan A goes.
Gotcha.
I mean, unless, of course, you have any more information about them, their hunting tactics, their infiltration tactics, anything like that.
I wish I
Admittedly,
had
we
some
don't
more.
have anybody on hand who knows how the Darkin.
Yeah, I don't have. I just know that, as you know, we seem to be followed occasionally, but I couldn't quite. Just kind of that feeling. Look over, maybe no one's there, but you
You
kind of
always have to
know.
trust that intuition.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I gave you a giant meathead. Use it as a meathead. It hits things really fucking well. I'm not gonna lie.
Good to know.
It's pretty good in a fight. But other than that,
Is there any other weird, strange things I should know?
from that individual,
Nothing? Yeah.
just talk to them. They're very open and honest. So it's probably gonna be your best bet. Anyways, he stands up and just slaps you on the knee 2 times and walks to the door, opening it, and Rowan, you stumble into the room partially.
Hey.
Did you hear anything?
No, this is a very good, safe house.
That's right, it is. He just keeps walking away.
Rowan will look at Chase. You came in?
Yeah, we're good. We're just chewing the fat. That's all.
Did he try to hassle you?
No, he was pretty friendly. Very nice.
Okay. Because I got your back.
I appreciate that, and I've got yours.
So I believe N said that they approach you, Rowan, to have a chat.
N does?
In Roll20.
Oh. I'm watching the stream.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, N. What's up?
Just grab you for a second, and like it'll walk into one of the rooms, and then like close the door behind them.
So,
I'm not having a good time. And I know what Gabriel would say. It's just, I got myself into it, and, I need to be more careful, and makes you want to, like, just smack him in the back of the head. Can't do anything about it right now. I just am so used to having things go my way.
is this about getting stabbed or something else?
Not being stabbed, yeah. I mean, that hurt so bad. And then, having to leave the freaking cabaret and, like, just all, like, and, it's having people being hunted that I'm friends with, or even it being me, and just, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'm here, I'm with friends, I'm staying, like, it's just, this stuff has been more difficult than what my life has been. Just don't know how to handle it.
I think, first of all, I think getting stabbed is the top of anyone's list of not fun. So you've definitely had a rough day. And, I think, we get ourselves into some interesting situations, and, the best thing we can do is just kind of take it, day by day. And I think some days are going to really stink, like getting stabbed stink. And I think some days are going to be, pretty decent. Like, I don't know, being surrounded by a bunch of oiled up male dancers decent. But, just
smoke, whipped cream, and
Yeah.
cherry pie. Like, see, that was golden. And and that kind of is a secondary layer to all this too. So I had plans for that whipped cream did not get fulfilled, and that's like just adding to it.
Oh, like you wanted more whipped cream on your pie?
Sure.
Yeah. It's always the worst when dessert doesn't, live up to what you expected.
Yeah, this is dessert I've been looking forward to for like, how long has it been? Like a month. So, yeah.
You love whipped cream that much?
Yeah, well, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, maybe there's some maybe it's considered essential.
Spoils too quickly.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it can be like conjured, or I don't know. Maybe like, well, Solaris is a wizard. Maybe he could like whip up some whipped cream or something. Let's ask him. Rona like walk out of the room and knock on Solaris's door.
And it's just trying to keep a straight face, and it's not working.
Solaris, while you're studying, you hear.
Yes. Hello.
Solaris, this is Rowan. Can I open the door?
Hi. Yeah, sure. Come in.
And I'll just follow just to hear the conversation.
Does N come in the room? Rowan's going to step into the room.
Yeah, and I'll follow in.
Solaris, so I was talking to N, and I mean, they've had a rough day, what with being stabbed and all, and they were just disappointed with the recent dessert that they had. It wasn't what they wanted it to be. My understanding is that there needed to be more whipped cream, and I figured since you're a wizard, maybe could you conjure whipped cream? Is that a spell in your book?
I don't know if I have anything like that. I don't know about the bounds of like prestidigitation, but I don't think that's one of them.
You can make it taste like it, but it cannot have the texture.
Okay, so yeah. I could make something else taste like whipped cream.
Oh well,
that's about it.
What would you need?
Was
I
that
can
a
go
pickup
find
line?
something.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
I've been trying to keep it together since. Right. Maybe he could just, conjure and whip it up.
Oh my god! Didn't even get it till just now.
Oh, I'm dying.
It's like, I'm not sure what you're asking me.
If only Gable was there.
Best wizard pickup line ever.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, it is just barely keeping it together. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much the bounds of what I can do with that.
Well, I'll try to go find something in the kitchen that might be suitable for you to make taste like whipped cream. And Rowan will turn around and walk to the kitchen.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
Anne is still standing there in the doorway.
What's happening?
So, I was just trying to talk to her about and close the door. Just having a rough day, with the whole being stabbed. People in our group are being targeted. Kothar's gone. Just a shitty day, right? And then, there were expectations with plans for that whipped cream, and she's gotten caught up on that and isn't quite understanding with what I was trying to get to with that.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. I think I understand what you're saying.
Roll insight, Solaris. Because I feel like this
Can
is
you
too
actually
funny
do
not
it
to
for
look.
me? I'm not by my computer right now.
No problem. Do. Oh. Dirty 20. Yeah, you can keep track of what N's referring to right now.
I've been having a rough time as well. I can't get my mind off of certain things, and constantly my visions and dreams are filled of betrayal. I can't stop thinking of this professor that is manipulating students. And I think that there's something bigger that has not revealed itself about this. So, I'm sorry if I've been a bit distracted. And I've been trying to learn everything I can.
Yeah. And I was kind of looking forward to helping with that.
With what?
Getting your mind off things.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably do that pretty easily.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to hint at with my talk with Rowan, but she is she doesn't quite catch innuendos.
Rowan, would you like to roll an investigation check?
In the kitchen for food?
Yes.
What's it doing back here, Rowan?
Oh, just getting some food so that Solaris can make it taste like whipped cream.
Ah, okay.
You find a jar of molasses.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
How do I pronounce it? Is it Nothul?
Natto. Yeah, Natto.
Nothul. Do you want to come watch Solaris turn this molasses into whipped cream flavored?
Sure, I'm always down to watch.
So,
Okay.
Gabe will join them if he's going back there.
so as you two are having this conversation where you're slowly stepping closer towards each other, the door open with Rowan first.
Hi, Rowan.
Molasses in the air. I found it!
Hey, you're going to turn it into some good whipped cream out here. We can do it.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay, I guess. Wait, what is this? What? Oh.
It is. Ronald, turn around. Molasses. Blood. She'll
wait.
get it.
Yeah, some
Gable's-
molasses.
Gable's crawling in behind them.
I will do my best. And he kind of swirls his fingers in the air and casts prestidigitation on the molasses to try and make it taste like whipped cream to the best of my ability.
And it does. But it is the thickest whipped cream.
That's what she said.
It takes
I'll also turn it
minutes
white.
to even
Did I do
scoop
that?
up any.
You know that's not going to taste like whipped cream, right?
Also, what is whipped cream? I want to know what that is.
It's this thing that N really is craving. It's like
That's
this
not
white.
what I'm craving.
It's like this white, floofy, sugary milk that's poofed with air.
Oh, never had that before.
Here, and then Ron will reach out for the molasses jar.
I'll take 2 fingers and just.
It is
Not
like
bad.
you can barely even separate your fingers without asserting effort because of how sticky the molasses is. I don't know if any of you have ever had molasses before, but it is the thickest fucking shit in the world.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And it tastes so good. Oh, you use that for some shoe fly pie.
That's some good stuff right there.
What's it taste like?
Apparently like Cool Whip. Never taste some. They're very sweet. They
Brown
Tastes
taste
will
like
grab
pure
for it.
sugar. Yeah, yeah.
Ron will grab for it and try some.
Yep. Is everybody going to partake in the communal Cool Whip?
Chase is still in the other room.
Gabe is just leaning against the wall with Song Forest, kind of shaking his head but watching. He's such a stick in the mud.
Hey, Chase! Chase, right? It was Chase, right? Was it Chase? Rowan, was it Chase?
What? Where?
Chase
Chase,
nodded.
right? No, I'm saying it like, hey, Chase! It was Chase, right? To make sure I got the name right, Rowan?
Yeah. Yep. That's
Yeah,
the name.
yeah, Chase. Hey, Chase! Gotta come try this! This is some good stuff right here! This is some
And
good
he'll
shit!
try to like flick a piece over at Gabe. He just flicks them off the finger.
Chase, you're being hunted down by Nolf. You're also muted, I think.
Oh no. So Chase is just gonna like shake his head and wave his hand like, no, it's okay.
Okay, more for us, I guess.
And I believe this is how the evening progresses for the party interaction. Sitting around, eating from a jar of molasses that tastes a lot like Cool Whip.
I thought it looks like Cool Whip, but doesn't taste like
No,
Cool
it
Whip.
tastes like it. It doesn't look like it. You can only
Oh.
change the taste of something, not the texture or the appearance. So, with a beautiful evening progressing inside of this place, and N and Solaris being significantly cock-blocked, we are going to move on to the next day. Is this going to be the reoccurring theme of the campaign? There's always one.
No, but we can make it one.
So would Gabe be over his exhaustion by now? I lost track.
You need a full day of bed rest to remove one level of this type of exhaustion. So you're down to 1 in the following day.
Okay.
Which means you can function. You're just still very sore. Your body is not responding in real time. You're moving normally again. And you can finally lift your weapon.
Cool.
So, early in the morning, Solaris, you being the only one awake at this point in time, you hear a knocking at the trapdoor leading into this location.
Is there any way to like peek through to see who it is, or is it just like a solid door?
It's a solid trapdoor in the middle of the room.
I will open it.
All right, give me a dex. No, I'm fucking with you. You open it, and you see the halfling down there, and goes, "Hey, all right. So now's as good a time as any to get you all to leave. I kind of lost your friend."
What?
What? How?
Everyone else is asleep right now. This
Oh.
is an elf awake time. They're allowed 4 hours of peace a day, and damn it, they get it.
I know.
Yeah.
what-
Are
what
they still
do you
sleeping?
mean?
Oh.
Yes, everyone is.
Well, the trap kind of worked.
All right.
However, he wasn't able to hold on to the guy. He was really slippery. And, well, when he went running off, your friend kind of went after him.
Oh,
So I lost him.
sounds like him.
Ooh, is that molasses? Goes over to the jar that's almost empty now.
Yes, it tastes like whipped cream.
That is awesome. Disturbing. Good.
Yes, if you ever need something to taste different than it does, you just call on me.
That is such a useful skill that you have, you know? That is a tremendous ability.
Oh, yes.
You must be one of those, like, severely accomplished wizards.
Well, depending on your view of
Well,
accomplished,
You
but
can
I...
change the way things taste. That's pretty
Yes.
impressive.
And many.
Wait,
other
did you
things,
cast a spell
but-
on my mouth?
No, I did not.
Okay, good.
Cast a spell on the thing itself.
Oh wait, am I cursed
The
now?
last- No, you went off
Okay.
first.
Most people in this world have no idea how Arcana works. It's just that thing that kind of just happens, like electricity nowadays.
No. It's just a simple molecular reconstruction. It's nothing major.
I
But
thought you said it was molasses. You
it
kidding?
is. It's never
Alright.
mind. It's
Well, while they're still sleeping, I'm gonna go sit over in the corner. So, how much of last night were you going to spend having a good old time, having a good sit down with your companions and party members, and reading, hours-wise?
As much as I could, honestly. Like from the moment he had a chance to the time where he was like, to where they came into the room and his reading got interrupted a bit. That kind of time period, I guess.
All right, roll me a d6.
All right. Internet's being slow.
You got 1 hour of reading done last night.
Oh man.
Sorry, I left it up to you. However, this morning you can get an additional 4 hours. And at the end of all of that, I forget, did you already choose that you were going to be taking one of these spells for this level?
I think so.
And did you already write it in?
Wait. One of the spells in the book?
Yes.
Well, I know that I had.
Wait.
read a few hours
Which book are you
previously.
reading? Are you reading the augmentation one or the one of the old mages book with the
The old mages with I think it was water breathing or something like that with it.
Yes. Okay. So if you have the paper and ink, you can start transcribing that over to know it into your book. But you need that much paper and ink. But now you understand how the spells work. You just need to rearrange the thought process in a way that you understand it.
Right. I have paper and ink components written down. I have 50 gold pieces worth.
That's enough for a first level spell.
Okay.
Of course, if it is no, you're not illusion specialist, a divination spell, then you can use a second level spell for that 50 gold.
Right.
Paper and ink.
Okay. And then what were there? I think there were 2 spells that were in this book. It was I didn't write it down.
The first spell was water breathing.
Right.
The second spell was a very old, very unique style of spell that was actually a simplistic view on a type of magic that alters the density of a surrounding area a little bit. So that one, you will have to wait until you level up to learn a cantrip to add that to your book.
Okay.
So the next time you get a cantrip, you can take Sapping Sting.
Okay. And then is water breathing a first level spell?
No, it is not.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
Water breathing, I
well
believe,
then-
is a third level spell.
Yeah, it's third or second, I think. But
It's third.
okay. Yeah, so I'll just wait until I can get the components. But does that mean that I have finished reading the book?
Yes, you've completed reading it.
Okay.
Now, there are more theories on a separate school of magic called Dunomancy that this individual was trying to progress and learn much more about. And Sapping Sting was his only and first iteration of that school of magic that he could figure out before he left this book. He lost the book,
Interesting.
or he died.
All right.
Sapping Sting is super fucking good. Don't. That's.
I'm excited.
Oh, it's so good.
All right. Oh, I'll hold on to it then.
Oh yeah, Chase, you're the campaign where someone's been using it every round of combat.
Yep.
Prone.
I've not seen that spell yet.
And I will be.
You will be, yeah. Alrighty. Oh yeah, you're the one casting it. But anyways. A few hours go by, Solaris, you have finished your reading, and now you're starting to figure out how you're going to do everything and write it into your spell book. But it is around that time that everybody else begins waking up, one after another. You all begin waking up, and as walk... Yeah?
Sorry, I was just gonna say I'll have my unseen servant just kind of preparing a light breakfast. If there's a kitchen, right? That's what
There
you said?
is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It is also where Gabriel is sleeping, since that is the center of this little house.
Okay.
It's gonna be real.
Well, then he wakes up, he'll just see a bunch of floating pans and spatulas making breakfast.
So you all come out, and you have a spectral figure providing breakfast for you all. And you
I'm
all see...
so glad that you're an elf, Solaris. And that you don't need a lot of sleep. It's great.
I've been doing my morning prayers and reapplying my face makeup.
Awesome.
So, does anybody here speak Primordial?
I do.
No, other than you. Because you're the one doing the prayer.
Yes.
And you do? Rowan, do
Yes.
you?
Nope.
Okay. And you understand the rites that Nulth is currently producing. Now, Nulth, what are the rites that you are saying as your prayer to your
I'm
entity?
just giving thanks for waking up in the morning. Thanks for giving me my powers. Put blessings upon this party so we can have some safe travels and see to the rest of the end of this day. Giving thanks for the life I breathe. And just generally being thankful and just praising her glory.
He seems to be a very thankful individual.
Yeah. Be happy with what you got. You gotta appreciate and live for the day. And then I just start reapplying my skull makeup on my face. Just hand drawn with a little white chalk.
And we'll keep the fact that they can understand to themselves.
Alrighty. Then
Just out of respect for privacy.
breakfast is being given out to each of you, and sitting over in the chair is Nibble, who is nibbling on the food in front of him. Alright. So, good news, and not bad news, but not good news. The good news is, our plan kind of worked a little bit.
Where's Carthar?
That's the part of the not good, not bad news. He's chasing after the guy.
What?
What
does that mean?
So we used him as bait, right? We made him look just like you. We figured it out. They're after you, Gabriel. And they attacked him.
Gables is getting more and more tense.
Luckily, he's a tough motherfucker. So when they did attack him, he tried holding the guy down, beating the shit out of him. And then the guy tried escaping, succeeded, and now he's running after him. So that's where we're at.
Do you know where he is? Was he supposed to meet you somewhere?
No. He was supposed to hold the guy down for us to get over there and apprehend him.
So you have no idea where he is.
Well, we know that he's being chased down by a scary red dragonborn, so I mean, there's that.
Yeah, then nothing.
In front of what I heard from you and him yesterday, nods over at Nolth. That does not seem like a motherfucker you really want to piss off. So, if the guy's smart, he'll keep running. But I believe that only gives you a few days to, do whatever you're doing here. we're gonna keep a lookout on you, but since he's now missing his bait, we're gonna need to, keep a closer eye on you. If I am correct, you said that you all have some things you have to do in the city, some obligations. Our influence goes shy of the council, shy of the higher ups in the Blades, and we have no reaches in the Academy directly. However, everywhere else in Southern Fionn, we have. And we can watch you.
Well, Solaris and I do need to go to the academy.
Does Kotha know the way back here?
I mean, yeah, he was here with you.
Okay, so he should return once he's done with whatever he's doing.
We're keeping an eye out for him. I mean, he's pretty hard to miss. He's not exactly a sneaky fucker.
True.
I think I'll stay here for when he comes back.
Well, he can't get here without me.
Oh,
Would you like
are
to
you gonna
stay
wait
at
for
the
him?
single shingle?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Are you any good at roofing?
Great at it.
Fantastic. We might actually have a job for the first time in like 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll pay you. What can go wrong?
What's the one most likely about to be attacked? They're gonna have to protect. I'm guessing Gabriel.
Apparently.
Yeah, he's the one who's the main focus and target, but we can't put it past this organization not to attack the ones that they care about the most. So, you don't have any direct affiliation with us, so at least you're useful as a bodyguard. At least if you say you're going to the academy, right?
I guess that's what y'all need me to do. Is that what y'all want to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of why we're in town in the first place.
So you need to do something in town, Ann?
Yeah, I've got to go to the academy, and there's a couple of students there that I've been asked to talk to about a few things.
If you two can turn, if one of you, if people turn Kothar to look like me, can you make me look like someone else?
Well, a little bit, but he kind of took the item we were using. I mean, we can change your features up a little bit, but...
Shit.
We can't make you look as drastically different as a Dragonborn to a half-elf. But we can definitely make you look like a human. Or an elf.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, that means you have to have your makeup done just about every day. Are any of you good with makeup?
I got a hand at it. I can do decent. But I'm more used to the more travel things.
And
Did
looks
Gable-
enthusiastic.
Did Gable find any clothes that he can swap out to kind of disguise himself?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of clothes here.
Somebody's willing to help me. I'm willing to take a crack at it.
I mean, what kind of makeup?
He looks like that. He needs to look normal, but not that. Kind of like making him look like he kind of generically belongs wherever he's at. You know, like, the best way I can describe it is like generic NPC number 3.
I like Bob number 2 you talking about.
If that's the preferred haircut, you know. I don't know how he would look with a bowl cut.
I mean, I do my own makeup a lot.
So the out of character question is, who here is proficient with the disguise kit? There we go.
So Chase says, Gabe, let's go in the other room. Let's see if I can, what I can do.
You need
No
some help?
promises.
Okay.
Need a little bit of help? All right.
You can, yeah.
And Nibble will come with you. Gabriel, you're sat down in the chair, and again, your body's still sore, kind of like you did a massive workout the day before level of soreness, but you can function just fine. And you are being assisted, Chase, so you have advantage on your disguise check.
Okay, and what ability score? Or I know it's
we
disguise
use
kit,
charisma for this.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, my rolls
15.
lately have been-
Well, Chase.
Oh, that's
you're-
right. I forgot I had advantage. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. 15. Definitely not bad. Gabriel, it takes about an hour or so, but your ears have like these round off tips to them to make them look drastically more human. Your hair has a different coloring in it that makes you... What hair color are you going for, Chase?
What's his hair color currently?
Brown.
And around here, have I been seeing more blondes or?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna lighten it.
So, are you going for the straight light, or are you going for like the blonde tips around it, or are you going the bleach blonde dip, or?
Not quite a bleach blonde dip, but we're gonna lighten it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just lighten it.
Your hair has been dyed, bleached, into blonde. It stings a little bit because you're not really used to all of that. And your facial construction has been like rearranged with makeup to make you look a little bit more puffy in the face, so you look chubbier. Nowhere near as fit and as assertive as you usually look. Now you kind of look like a general baker who eats a little too much bread.
And chainmail?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Does Gabe have a cloak?
I think I got one from in, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, Gabriel, you look fairly different. I ain't so bad.
Do we need to disguise Anne? They saw me with her before.
With them?
With them before.
That'll be a bit more difficult.
I can take care of that myself.
Okay.
At least for 8 hours.
Oh,
It doesn't last 8 hours. Last 1.
That's alter self, but I have disguise self as well.
no, disguise self is 1 hour. Alter self is 8.
Yeah.
Alter self is 8. Then yeah, I have alter self.
But alter self changes like aspects that you have. So yeah, horns down to normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can alter yourself to look more humanoid, but you'll still have like your red complexion to you. Then you would have to probably like put some makeup on to blend that in. So does anybody want to Chase? Do you want to apply some makeup to Ed now?
I got some chalk if you want to lighten her
Next.
up. I'll help you out with this one. I got some chalk I can use.
I think I'm okay. I think I got it.
Okay.
Thanks for the offer, though. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm always here to help if you need any help.
Nibble looks up at you and goes, "Do you want me to help?"
Yes, please.
Okay. Go ahead, you have advantage. And you got saved. You're not having chalk all over your body.
Yeah, with how Ian was with the sand and salt, like that would have been torture.
Oh, with chalk.
25. And for comic purposes, I'm going to say that Chase... Were you going male or female? Just to give a discernible... Female?
Female.
Female today.
Marilyn Monroe. You have the curly hair to go over where the horns would be. You have the long flowing white dress, the porcelain clear skin attached to you as well. I mean, you look like the spitting image of her right now. And when you look at yourself, this is what you would look like as a human.
Okay. I mean, I usually, if I change into an elf, but I can dig human.
The only person in the world who looks better as a human than an elf. But anyways. Now that your two allies look completely different, Nibble, all right, I guess I can escort you all out.
Go ahead.
Big guy, are you coming with us? Looks at you, no, not you, Nolf. Looks at you, Gabriel.
Yes, I'll be within.
All right, cool. And Nolf, you're going to be assigned to him, no matter what happens. Rowan, I believe you're going to be hanging out with me and working on some roofs. Chase?
I should probably go with Ann and Solaris.
Do you want to be on hunting detail?
Yes, that would actually be great.
Good. You're going to stalk anyone stalking them. You understand how this works, correct?
I believe so, but why don't you... Let's not have any mishaps.
Do you have a calm stone?
I do not.
Wait,
Right.
I have one that goes to someone else though.
Now, this is a little different. He takes a smooth, whetstone-looking object out of his pocket that's super unassuming, and hands it over to you, Chase.
Okay.
All right. If you see the people stalking them, follow them, watch them. If you get the feeling that they are about to make their move, drop the stone. Where it drops, the other stones will be alerted to, and if we have people in the area, they will come to you.
Roger.
When you all get back here, I'm taking that back. It's very expensive.
Understood.
You are not to directly confront them. You are to stalk them. Good.
Sounds like my kind of gig.
Perfect. Well then, let's go into town. And as you all gather yourselves up and head over into the town, walking through the tunnel for 40 minutes, it is just early enough, Solaris, that you know the academy is opening up, so you're going to be a little late for the meeting that you had with your friend. And you're still a little early for the meeting and the conversation you're supposed to have in the class. However, I will remind you, you look like Marilyn Monroe. So, as you're all traveling through the town, going to your discernible locations, and everybody starts breaking off, and before any rolls happen, I think this is where we're going to go ahead and take a break. So, everybody, we will be right back. Button. Hello, everybody. We are back. So, I'm just going to put my promotion right there. Thank you very much. Little button. Works out fantastic. Anyways, you all are traveling through the city. Nolf, I first need a stealth check from you.
Got it. 1 sec, sorry, brain's on delay.
Oh, sorry, not Nolf. I was looking at the wrong faces. My bad. I have to change the cameras real quick. Chase, I need a stealth check from you.
Alrighty.
That makes a lot more sense.
1 second. Okay, here we go. Come on.
Oh!
29. You slip into the city streets, blending in as easily as possible and hiding your presence from being discerned from anybody who might be a prying eye. You fall back into a routine that you are all too familiar with. You're not just blending into the crowd is blending around you, masking you, allowing you to follow and track your allies very easily. I would also like a perception check from you.
Certainly.
You're trying to see the other person stalking them. Alrighty. We'll get to that in the future.
Okay.
Everyone else. You're walking through the beautiful town, listening to the hustle and bustle of the roads, and after your third morning here, you're starting to become very familiar with it, and honestly, it kind of grows on you a bit. The busy city life, the atmosphere of everybody in here, you kind of just blend in very easily, and people start appreciating, well, the simplicity of this location. And for the first time since you've come to this town, you are being treated with the utmost respect, as your dress is indicative to some type of status. People are nodding graciously towards you with a smile and continuing to walk through, much like they do for everybody else. Nolth, you're getting, well, the same treatment as you always do. A suspicious glare over at you, lingering for just a little too long. Now,
Gable walks beside her and keeps an eye.
them.
Eyes out for any trouble.
All right, roll a perception check.
17.
Alrighty. If anything happens, I'll let you know. Ed and Solaris, you two are walking closer towards the front, and Solaris has to lead the way over towards the academy. Now, initially, when you're inside of Selder and Fionn, you do not see the academy. It is not something that is pointed and very easily discerned. However, as you encroach upon the proper district, you can tell that there's an enclosed wall that you can't really see past or behind of, just the tips of buildings further away. Solaris has to lead up to the front, and he pulls out some type of paperwork where people easily discern that he does in fact belong there, and gestures around to everybody else that all of you are welcome to join as well. Now, you slip inside, and you immediately hit with the finest craftsmanship that you've ever seen in your life. The buildings have been forged from people with hundreds of years of experience before crafting them beautifully. Each stone seems to be laid perfectly in order to accent the building itself and really display the ornate and ostentatious crowd that lives behind these closed walls. The floors themselves are made, or the stone walkway is made out of a thick red stone that vibrates with black obsidian surrounding on either side of it. Little bits of traces and shining glitter all throughout as well, and as you walk upon this stone, you do notice that your footsteps seem to echo a bit more loudly here. Immediately, everybody who is not Solaris and N feels, well, severely underdressed for this location. Everybody is adorned in the finest dresses, suits, and wear that you can possibly have, making them look as greedily sophisticated as anybody truly can. You peer forward in this location, and you notice 3 distinct buildings that you could not easily see from outside of the wall. To the left, there is a building, tall, smooth, white exterior to it, maybe about 3 stories high in total, and appears to be some type of chapel, probably to some type of deity of sorts. Beside that, further north, is a large stone building that is built with a castle around the outside perimeter of it. The stone structure stands taller and is defined by the castle on the outskirts and surrounding it. You can tell the large towers and the beautiful stonework has been there probably for as long as Selder and Fionn itself has existed. And for many of you, you immediately know that that is the location that the council meets, as well as the home to the king of all of Solemn. To the right of that building, you notice 3 towers, taller than the castle, but much more slender in creation. There's 3 different levels, one that goes up fairly high, one that reaches maybe a few hundred feet above that, and the last one that you're not really sure where it ends. It graces against the top of the skies high above you. And for as thin as these buildings are, it's astounding that they're not being blown over from the harsh winds that exist that high up. Solaris begins walking towards that right one. Now, as you approach closer towards it, you do notice that the buildings are all organized systematically. They're laid out with a beautiful planogram that you can tell has been deliberately constructed by people who have, well, some level of OCD attached to them. Walking more closely towards it, while walking closer towards it, you start noticing that these buildings have students stepping outside of them. There's 3 different robes that are being worn by the students and or faculty. It's hard to discern. Since student is not something reserved just for the young, it is reserved for anybody who wishes to go and learn and progress themselves. There are those in the white robes, there's those in the red robes, and there are those in the silver robes. You see the 3 groups of individuals intermingling and walking very easily through. And you do notice some of the silver-robed individuals do have more accented armaments attached to them. Their long flowing robes have different attachments to them to accent some type of status between themselves and others who understand this unspoken language of fashion. And never before in your life have you been surrounded by people who care as much about fashion and looks as you.
This is fascinating.
You begin walking towards the 3 large looming towers. Solaris looks between all of you and goes, I'm sure I don't have to say this, but I just want to be very careful. Try not to touch anything if you don't understand what it is. Some of the experiments are a bit more volatile when students are working on them by comparison of people who are well adept. Well, although I am reasonable at teaching, I am nowhere near the status of many of the people here, so keep in mind that these arcanists are far more sophisticated than, well, any of us have had to deal with so far. So, you continue walking forward. Out front of the school, you see that there are 3 knights positioned in tall, silver-gleamed armor that reflects the sun easily to make it difficult to look at them. And as all of you approach, they step forward. One walks assertively over towards you. You cannot see their faces as they're all disguised underneath their visors as they're positioning themselves. Hi, yes. My name is Solaris. I'm here for a little meeting with my friend, Solaris Arcani. The individual starts looking through a list of names and other people. Solaris, we were told that you were bringing one other person with you. Yes, well, you see, we needed our own personal guards with us for this endeavor, of course. Gestures to Nolth and Gabriel.
Gil just looks guard-like.
Roll intimidation.
Okay. Intimidation.
Generic NPC guard number 3. Dirty 20. Okay, they look and evaluate and go, very well. Steps to the side, and as the 4 of you are walking through, you notice there is a gleam of energy out front of the archway, and as you step through that short, stunted courtyard past the one wall protecting these pillars, stretches on for acres in front of you. You start noticing a large common area for people to sit down in the grass, and the students are practicing their magics, their spells, reading underneath trees and canopies, and generally having a very good atmosphere and time. You also notice that the daylight above you is far brighter than it was outside, almost as if it has been artificially enhanced for people to enjoy. As you begin walking through, I would like a perception check from Gabriel, Noth, and En. Chase, you're going to have to give me a survival check to see if you can slip inside of the academy somehow.
Okay. Here we go. Oh.
This building is impenetrable. However, you can still keep a lookout from the outside. Unfortunately, though, we now have the party split into 3 ways. A DM's dream. So anyways. Anne and Gabriel. You start noticing the 3 dress wears from the individuals. The white robes belong to those that do not have a specific classification, a specific school that they focus on to learn their spells and adapt themselves further into. The red robes seem to be expressive towards those schools that they have, as each one of them has a brooch on top of them that dignifies some type of school of magic, a thing that you only recently started learning about from reading over Solaris' shoulder whenever he's reading any of his books. The different schools of magics have different symbols. Now, you will not understand most of them, however, you can start picking up on it. And the ones in the silver robes appear to be professors or graduate students, people who are far more superior in their schools and in their school of magic, and who have progressed themselves to a status where they deserve to be respected because of it. You see, most of the people out here are in red or white. However, there are 1 or 2 individuals wearing the silver robes, communicating with each other. Noth, they must have like a really strict like dress code or something.
Smash this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretentious bastards.
Now, as you say that, you notice a cloud of energy appears off over on the side, and a few words are muttered, and you watch the cloud ignites into flames and ripples through this area and begins swirling and moving through, corrosing inside of a circle as an individual starts shouting joyously, "I did it! I did it!"
Oh. Good on them.
You notice a lot of the white-robed individuals look over at them and give them an applause, appreciating the work that they've done. A few of the red ones, cock their eyes and seem thoroughly impressed. Only about 1 or 2 of the silver-robed individuals look over and even bother to acknowledge it. Now, an important distinction. None of you see any monstrous races here. Not at a first glance. Everyone appears to be halfling, elf, half-elf, human. Or... no, that's it. However, the elves seem to progress far and wide within their levels of learning and understanding. So, Solaris continues walking you through the large courtyard, and you do notice 1 or 2 students kind of wave at him and recognize his name and start calling out to him, and Solaris just mutters and goes, his family was very rich, but I honestly thought he was going to fail. Not exactly the smartest individual. D20, thank you for the raid, really appreciate it. You continue walking through the courtyard, and you notice that there's a grandiose fountain in the center that has a handful of creatures swimming inside of it. A few of them appear to be nymphs in nature. Tiny little fey creatures that blend into the water much more easily. Though most of you have no idea what these creatures are. Noth, you immediately know what these are. These are nymphs! You haven't seen any since you left where you came from.
I'm gonna go up and start speaking to him. So I gotta say, I'm like, hey Gabriel, do you mind if I take a sec? Gabriel?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you mind if you go on ahead? I'm going to meet some folk that I haven't seen folk like this in a hot minute. I'd like to speak to them if you don't mind that much.
Fine, I'm gonna stay within.
Already. The
I'm
three
gonna
of you
get-
keep walking inside.
I'll meet up with you in a bit. Y'all going inside, right?
I'm
And you
following
walk-
in, so wherever she goes.
You walk over
They.
to the smallest of the three towers. Nolth, you walk over towards the nymphs who appear to be having a good time, and one of them swirls up to the ledge and just leans against it and go, "What's up?"
Not much. I haven't seen a nymph in a while, and I was just... What? I'm just seeing if y'all have any family out in Fayetteville. You know where Fayetteville is?
No, we have not been out that way. Our family's from these oceans and shores and bodies of water.
I don't know, just... I swapped tongue.
Ah.
From, I don't know, it's just been a hot minute. I just wanted to see if I knew any of y'all family members. I'm sorry for bothering y'all. It's just...
Oh no, it's no bother. It's nice finding people who recognize us. A lot of the other ones just view us as reasons to experiment or like find different, entertainments.
Yeah. It seemed a little haunty, but
Oh, it's not. They think they're clever. The children are very stupid.
yeah.
Can't
I know.
outsmart a fae.
Ain't that the truth? I don't know. I'm sorry about it. What y'all talking about?
Oh, how beautiful the day is.
Very nice day. Yeah, it is.
Do you want to go swimming? They gesture into the large water fountain.
I'll be good. I'll be good.
We have plenty of water.
And I'm not much of a swimmer, you can tell by my large physique. But-
You're no fun.
I'm sorry to be a chill sport. I'm sorry to be that wet blanket, but
The
hey,
nymph
we all like
just
to know I live.
splashes back down.
That was close. Don't swim.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty chaotic.
Oh, yeah. I ain't making
anyways.
it on my soul yet today.
You easily catch up to your allies.
Yeah.
Solaris is walking through before he is stopped by a familiar individual to you, N, and nobody else. The same individual who interrupted your evening smoke sesh, as it were. He walks forward and goes, "Ah, Solaris, good to see you sober." Gives him a hug. Solaris reciprocates. "You as well. We had to bring a couple of my personal guards, just for safekeeping." What? Can never be too careful then. Surprised you got them through the gates. Though that guy looks fairly intimidating. And then you see the docile giant half-orc just jogging on up to you. And the other one as well. Anyways, where is your friend N? I don't,
That would be me.
You've hidden yourself.
Yes.
How are you still hidden after walking through the gate? That should not be possible.
But some of it is magical, but
Is that makeup?
a little bit, yeah.
People still use makeup to disguise themselves? That is fascinating.
It helps in instances such as the gate, you know.
I mean, really should warn those gods about that, but it's a good talent you have, a good eye. Well, regardless, I shall take you over towards the classroom. Solaris and I are running a little late, and I have a different class starting in a couple of hours, so I apologize to be rushing you all, but our conversation.
No, we apologize for being late. There was just we tried to get here as soon as we could.
Oh, I'm sure there was some reason to keep you. Solaris is not known for being very tardy. Of course not. He smiles. Now, the four of you begin walking through. Solaris is being escorted to the left. N, you are shown over towards a classroom. If you want to wait in there, they should be here momentarily.
Perfect, thank you.
Of course. And he and Solaris keeps walking off. Gabriel and Nolth, what are you doing?
If we can't watch in.
Okay, so you're staying with N.
Yeah.
Nolth?
Well, I'm staying with Gabriel, but is there any books around here on the older magic? Older types? Like spy?
You're more than welcome to peer at anything inside of the classroom. It may be slightly above your level, but if you find something interesting, you are more than welcome to try to study it.
Okay. You got any books on the older types of magic?
You're more than welcome to anything inside of the classroom.
I'll look around.
There you go. He and Solaris split off from the three of you. Beautiful.
And I'll lead them into the classroom. And...
It's a completely empty hall. Cathedral in nature as it circles around and is angled downwards towards the center, where there's a wide open platform, a desk positioned there, as well as a large board that appears to have some amount of writing in Arcana that none of you understand. However, there do appear to be small little bookshelves lining the back walls and closer towards that desk area as well. And a few of the tables are currently occupied by a handful of students who seem to, well, prefer to study in peace and quiet in this location. Nolt, would you like to roll an investigation check?
Let's see if I can find some investigation.
Gabriel, are you going to do anything other than stare at N? Or watch over N?
Yeah, I mean, I'm checking out the area for any issues.
Ready? So you're maintaining your perception, since you have not done any other actions. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an important question. Eventually. N, are you doing anything? Have you prepared a speech yet to the students?
Ben would probably more wing it just to see how, be more of an interactive kind of thing, to see how open they are, if it's, you know, going to see, you know, it's not necessarily going to be like a lecture, but more of just a, hey, let me tell you about like kind of where I'm, about my story and the challenges I kind of faced, and kind of talk with them a bit about, you know, certain parts of theirs to see if they'd be, you know, what kind of insight and help that they could provide.
Wondrous. So?
Of course, with a plug for Ignatius.
You have to advertise his armor somehow.
Yeah. You know, it'll be one of those, you know, I found that, you know, illusion magic and transmutation magic and, you know, that sort of stuff has been helpful. And by the way, you know,
sure.
items.
Oh, I'm gonna make you do a speech. I'm gonna make you. Yeah. That's gonna be the basis of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Have fun.
However, Nulth, you begin investigating, and just as he stated, although he was being condescending in your perception, you're starting to find out that he was more giving you a warning, because you have no fucking idea what any of these things are. You don't understand the written language. I mean, every now and again you notice a word on the page. You know what that word is, but only that one word for the entire page. It's just so inconceivable at how in-depth this knowledge runs and goes, and you end up just not having a good time trying to figure it all out.
Omicron, what the heck is this? Oh, probably useless. Put that back.
But anyways, let's go over to you, Rowan. You make it inside of the shop with Nibble. Nibble smiles and goes, "Alrighty, are you more of a runner or a layer?"
Oh, I mean, I jog on occasion, but, you know, not too frequently.
So you're a runner?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, that's good. That's
Casual
good.
runner.
He looks you up and down and goes, "Oh, you don't seem that strong, but who knows?" He continues filing paperwork, and once he's done, he walks over to the front door, opens it up, and you notice the same orc Goliath walking back into the building, the same one that worked with him, and he just goes, or.
Hey.
All right, Tiny, she's working with us today. What? Yeah, we have a job. She's gonna help us. She's the runner. You're a runner?
Casual runner.
Really? Are you? I mean, I can do it. It wouldn't be a problem. You can lay if you want.
I mean, yeah, I can lay around too. I mean, whatever's best or works for you guys, I guess.
Oh. Okay. Ah, Jesus Christ, you two are going to kill... whatever. We have a job. We have a job. Alrighty. The shipment has already been organized. The crate over there. The two of you carry it. I'm going to start walking. And he limps with his cane over to the front door. Tiny goes over to the crate, lifts up one side, and nods at you to lift up the other. This crate is as wide as his arms can stretch and still flex around. You volunteered to do roofing.
She thought it was like a dog barking competition type thing that she's very good at. All right, Ron will try to pick up this box, but to save face in front of Tiny.
All right, roll a athletics check.
I don't want to. Let's see.
Okay. You begin struggling and having issues trying to even lift it, but a couple of inches, and Tiny just notices your struggle and or come on. We'll catch up to you in a second. Walks over to you, Rowan. Oh, gotta squat down. All right, keep your legs firm. Grip it, flex your arms, and then stand up without moving your arms. Okay? And he demonstrates that, just lifting and standing up. And then he lowers it back down.
Okay. I think... Can you show me one more time? I think I have it.
You grab it like this. Roll a perception check. Yes, in fact, he has glorious glutes. And stands up again holding it. Alright, just like that, see? He lowers it back down.
Okay. I think I got it now.
Alright. He goes around to the other side. 1, 2, go ahead.
Athletics again?
Yup. 16. You are a very quick learner. You pick up on it very easily, and it turns out that all of your time spent as animals, you are actually very athletic. You're used to walking everywhere, and all of the power you have is in your legs. You just were trying to lift with your back and your arms, because you don't know how to lift shit. So, now that you're lifting with your legs, it's much easier. And he lifts the other side up and begins walking backwards, while you're the one pushing and leading forward. The two of you catch up to Nibble very quickly, and you start walking through the city for a very long period of time until you get over towards a different shop. It appears to be a bakery that specializes in bread. It's a strictly bread store. So you're not getting any Bahamut claws, unfortunately. And as you get over, you notice that the roof has been partially collapsed. Many of the tiles and shingles have fallen down aggressively, and scattered and shattered all over the location. The front door is broken down and is currently held up with a large plank of wood over top of it. And the window appears to have been shattered as well.
What happened here?
Don't know. Don't care. All right, get the ladder. Tiny comes over and just like, oh, yeah. Oh, apparently they got broken into. And he reaches down into this closed crate and with his bare hands breaks it open. And there's a ladder inside. Pulls out the ladder, brings it over, places it. All right, so you're the runner. I'll lay. He climbs up the ladder to the top of it. All right, just run me up the tiles. You look inside the crate and it is filled with tiles, shingles, all over it.
Oh, that's great.
All right. Ron will grab one shingle and throw it up there like a frisbee.
Give me an athletics check.
The things Rowan gets herself into.
7. You throw the shingle. Scatters and shatters on the floor. Nibble just goes. Oh, that one was broken, right? Yeah, just take a few of them, walk up here, and give them to me. He deliberately, like, emphasizes a wink at you. Like, Tiny's trying to help her.
That one was, I mean, busted. I just had to get it off the top of these good shingles. Jero, how heavy are these? How many can I carry the ladder at one
Your
time?
strength modifier is -1, right?
No, well, my strength is 0, I think. Oh, no, -1.
Yeah. You can carry 2 of them at a time without really pushing your limits.
How many are in this box?
Just shy of like 250. And by just shy, I mean 249 now.
God. Okay. Rowan will grab 3.
Ooh.
And start to make her way up that ladder.
Give me a strength saving throw.
249 times.
All right. You managed to carry the 3 up there, no problem, and that is going to be your pace. Now give me a con save. Because you're going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. And for anybody else who's ever done roofing before in their lives, this is for you. It is terrible. It is the worst fucking job in the world.
This is in the summer, or is summertime right now?
Well, in Southern Fion, there's no such thing as a hot summer, though it is closer to spring by this point than anything. You've passed the winter solstice.
Oh, heat stroke. Okay.
No. It's a nice day. In Southern Fion, it's always a nice day. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's bullshit.
The city class.
So you're going to be doing this for the foreseeable future, helping Tiny to run all of the tiles up, and he does commend you for being able to run these up here, but he definitely feels like he should be the one running and you should be the one laying. Since
that way too.
You volunteered for it. Or here's the question: do you wish to back down from your other stance? That's the big question.
No.
Alrighty then. Rowan is working towards that, what is it? The tough feat, I feel. No matter what happens, I will fucking muscle through. But anyways, back over to everything else happening. Chase, you've been watching around the building, moving through the crowds easily and blending into the surroundings very well, and keeping an eye out as best as you possibly can for this position. Now, I will give you a choice. If you want to take a new position that might put you at a, worse place for being found, but might give you a better vantage point, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the better vantage point.
Roll me a stealth check with disadvantage. And then roll me a perception check with advantage. Alrighty.
And then perception.
Much better. You find yourself on top of the roof of a house. It's very easy to climb up the side of the building, and because of the flow of traffic during this time, it's very easy for you to lay up here, and nobody really looks over and back behind them. It's kind of like the house is positioned and the road goes diagonally away from it. So you're hidden away, just lying there, twiddling your thumbs and watching the crowd, and this front half of the wall, the one that has the only entry point in here that is easily discerned, which is usually the easiest place to sneak into a place. You don't want to go to the opposite end because usually they have heightened security at those locations. You want to sneak in closer to the front, and you know this. So you position yourself closer to the front to keep a closer eye on what's happening. Now, as you are keeping close watch, you notice something. Though it is not the familiar shape that you saw last time. Instead, it is a group of 4 to 5 individuals. Maybe 5'2" to 5'6" in range. Not terribly tall. All hooded and masked. They slip into the academy no problem. They're let through the front gates by the guards out front. The individuals stand out to you because of their dress wear, their clothing. They all represent one another and blend in to a degree where it's hard to discern one from another, which is a very common tactic for groups of pursuing individuals. It's also common for people who have more like minds than others. But they seem to slip inside very easily. Is there anything you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna attempt to get down and then go to where the guards are.
All right. As you're climbing down, you slide down the gutter a little bit, not making a whole lot of noise, but definitely shaking it. And you watch as the window opens up, and there's a bare-chested man who pushes forward with his shirt that is supposed to be closed properly with an ascot attached to it, but is way too wide open, and he has makeup littering his neck and his cheeks as if it's kiss marks all over, and goes, "What the hell is... What are you..."
Just checking the roof for damage.
Roll a
I was just
deception
checking
check.
the roof for damage. All right, come on, baby. 21.
Who do you work for?
Single shingle. They were told that there was some damage.
Damage on my... He like looks up and you hear from inside, "Come on, you only have about 20 more minutes. I'm not being billed for this." And he just slams the window shut.
Okay.
But anyways, you approach over towards the guards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the 3 guards. As you approach closer, one of them moves forward and the other 2 spread, angling themselves deliberately in front of the door.
It is, sorry to bother you, gentlemen, but it's imperative that I speak to, and I don't know if I wrote it down, but remember I was listening to Solaris and the gentleman?
Yes, but if you didn't write it down, it's a passing, fleeting thing.
Students. Okay, nope, I did not. Okay, it's imperative that I speak to Solaris at once. It's an emergency.
What business do you have with him?
He's a good friend, and I have to let him know some information that's of the utmost importance, but it's personal.
I will escort you. He puts his hand on your shoulder and keeps a firm grip there and is leading you into the building. You slip inside, and you notice the same display as everybody else, but you notice something else. There's a manifestation of magic around this individual that kind of pushes the glances of others surrounding you away. Nobody seems to notice you as you are walking through too terribly much.
Okay.
The individual walks forward and starts bringing you over towards one of the towers. He opens the front door, still keeping you in front of him with his hand on your shoulder, and escorts you inside, where you're hit with a bright light that, with your skills in reconnaissance, you can adjust to very quickly. But you see that this appears to be a large building that has many different halls and groups attached to it. You see that there seems to be a training pit that has a few dozen students down inside of it. You also see that there appears to be other rooms and other classes accessible, but all of them seem very thematic towards extracurriculars. There's a pottery class. There is a location just for herbalism and the progression of it, like a botany club of sorts. This is a clubs building for people to join and further their knowledge past the arcana.
I don't believe we came to the right building.
We did. This is where they went. You didn't see where they went.
Yeah.
He keeps leading you through, and you continue noticing that the prying eyes are kind of being pushed away from you as this happens. He brings you over towards the botany room. And when he opens it up, you're hit with a very thick, moist air of a very condensed room full of trees and shrubberies and plants and everything like that. And I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Chase.
Alrighty. Go back to here. Come on, Chasey boy. Roll well. 16?
16. Okay. You step through here, looking at the passing of the thick condensed air from this region, and you see off in the distance, not but 200 feet away from you, Solaris is sitting there having a conversation with somebody whose back is turned to you. They seem to be sitting on benches, reading from their books, and just communicating back and forth.
Okay.
The individual releases his grip on your shoulder.
I'm going to... I forget what it's called. Where is it? I know he has it.
Awaken Bind?
I believe so.
That's when you connect to somebody?
Yeah, I'm going to
at a range of 30 feet.
Oh, how far away am I?
80 to 100 feet away. Very large building.
Oh. Dang it. The gentleman lets me go, and...
Yeah, he releases your shoulder.
Okay.
There he is.
I'm going to... Thank you very much. And I'm going to start walking toward Solaris.
As you approach closer, you feel a presence move into your mind that causes your vision to haze for a second, and you see a shimmer in front of Solaris that kind of reflects and deflects back. And now we're going to jump back over to N. The others. Now, N.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting here patiently, wondering about whatever you can, and a handful of students have been seated around, and you've been waiting for maybe like 30-40 minutes at this point. Nolf, every book you pick up is just incomprehensible to you. It's really unfortunate that you can't really pick up on what is inside this classroom. I mean, to be fair, this classroom is made for people who are level 2 wizards. You know?
Yeah.
You're far from being a level 1.
Yeah, far from, yeah, pretty, I know.
You're far from the magic initiate. I'm sorry.
And a mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. But anyways, Gabriel, as you're kind of seated fairly close to end during this time, you've noticed students moving in, flocking around, filling up the chairs in rows and filling the room. You also notice separated into 2 to 3 different groups. There's other students who come in, kind of blend in very easily and deliberately keep themselves out of view, but the groups all seem to be wearing the exact same cloaks over top of their red robes. They've walked in spaced apart by about 5 minutes each, but it was precisely 5 minutes each.
Do I sense any danger from them?
You do not have a danger sense. That is a barbarian feature. However, you do notice this oddity because of your incredibly high perception check.
I keep a close eye on them, see if all they're doing is sitting and watching.
Okay. They begin sitting down, taking out books, papers, lying them down, taking out their wands, and begin casting spells, which causes you to immediately start to react, but this entire room has been casting spells. They're wizards. And as you're about to react to one of them, you watch as a poof of smoke appears in front of them as they go down and start writing in their notebook, apparently evaluating the spell that they are trying to conjure up.
So they're spread out
throughout the entire chamber. And N, being the center of attention that N always is in the very center of this cathedral, down about 120 feet from any of the exit points, and you're standing close by them. Is that a fair analysis, N?
Yeah, and if there's anyone kind of in the front rows who's open to kind of small talk, and would be chatting with them.
Okay. You find one student who's more than happy chit-chatting with you. They seem energetic as they're contemplating moving into the illusionary school, which, I mean, that would be fantastic, you know. They're very curious about, like, why you're here, who you are, which I don't know if you're going to spoil or anything yet, but...
No, not yet. Just,
okay.
You know, I've been asked to speak about, you know, a few things. And...
A guest speaker. Do you come from Deep Yard?
No, actually, I don't.
Then are you from Afterfall?
No, I'm from...
The Tanglewoods?
Umbridge is in Tanglewoods, right?
No. You don't know what the fuck Tanglewood is.
Okay. No, you know, not quite as extraordinary, but I'm actually from Umbridge.
Umbridge?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they had a school out there. Are you on a secret mission? Are you doing your own independent study?
You could call it that, yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic. And, like, they're taking notes on everything you're talking about. And what you're saying does not feel that interesting, but they are very interested. Wizards are a different breed.
Oh, yes.
But anyways, as this is happening, Gabriel, I would like an insight check from you.
Insight. Insight.
You're not sensing anything obnoxiously malicious from any of these students in here, which does cause you to momentarily lower your guard some. Less the I'm going to pounce and kill things to the I'm more concerned about their well-being and looking around. You're
Okay.
not on alert. You're just lowering the tension slightly.
Okay.
Alright.
What's with this cookbook? Huh.
You ask one of the students near you.
Yeah. Huh. This is a weird soup.
It's not a soup. It's a conjuration for familiar. The individual is like gripping their wand with a death grip as they're staring down at their notebook.
Yeah. Go grab another book. Just look at it.
Okay. What's your passive perception again?
10. The lowest of the
I
party.
hate that pun, by the way, Asa. But congratulations, you earned a DM inspiration. Your passive is 10.
Yep. Perfect 10.
All right. As you are kind of like walking away, you just hear him mutter, "Impure." Which is something you're not really familiar with. I mean, where you come from, everybody likes everybody as long as you treat each other with respect, you know? Like, of course, certain tribes don't really appreciate each other, but, you know, that's pretty standard because they, you know, have to compete for farming and stuff like that.
But doesn't he have a sterling personality, I bet?
Alrighty. Curiosity. Gabriel, what's your maximum hit points?
My net maximum hit points are 49.
I have to roll. Holy shit.
That's never a question you want to hear.
No, it's not.
Considering what mine are, I'm fucking terrified.
You're not a question, N. You're
You're a splat on the wall.
Yeah.
No, not a splat on the wall.
Shadow on the wall?
Dust in the air.
Yeah, more like it.
Go to the fire?
Nolf, as you're reading your book, you kind of hear like boom, boom, something falling over.
I'll look at that. Huh? What's
You
that?
look back and N is lying on the floor. Gabriel stumbles downwards as well. And you feel a drowsiness come over you, and you just force yourself to focus. I would like you to roll initiative, please.
Got it.
If you would like to move yourself onto this map where it's all happening, we'll put you here. N is roughly 100 feet away from you. Gabriel's roughly 80 feet away from you. And I need to roll for all of the cultists.
Do we roll even though we're passed out, apparently?
Not for this spell. Not for this spell.
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah. However, the two of you can roll initiative just to be on the chart, just you're not doing anything.
Okay.
Alrighty. So.
Okay. Not good. Not good at all.
And that is a 13. So. Oh, I've been waiting for this so long.
Hey, Robot, how
No.
big are you?
What?
About how big are you? Tall.
I'm 6'2", 6. Yeah, on 6'2", 6'3".
And then he works.
In? How tall are you?
5'7".
Shit! I don't have any short motherfuckers.
And about
So.
that big around.
Okay.
So.
Most importantly, does Peep Cake pass out?
Beefcake was not admitted into the building because I do not want to kill Beefcake.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Beefcake's helping Rowan.
Wyatt, 4,500 biddies? You better message me, boy. However, as the 3 mages reveal themselves inside of this room... Wait, where's the third one? Where do they go? Okay, there they are. As the 3 mages appear inside of the room, you hear this one down here shouting out, "Shit! Kenning! Thought you said that would take them all!" And he begins casting some type of magic and moving it up towards you. I hate you, Wyatt, so much. They begin casting some type of magic and aiming it up towards you, Nolf. I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
It.
Yep.
My best stat, but what can you do? 11.
11. As they cast this spell, you feel the presence of your own mind become controlled by them. And you feel your entire body kind of projects outwards away from you. Holy shit. And the individual looks at you and goes, "Get them? Follow me." Kenning, this individual, goes over to Gabriel and starts lifting up his body and goes, "Nope," and just runs over to N and starts trying to drag them instead. So, they are starting to drag N's body up the stairs. N, you are still unconscious. Nolf, you were commanded by this individual, and you are going to follow that command to the best of their details and wishes,
command?
as you are you are dominated by them. Yep. So, you use your dash action to get over to Gabriel. However, you cannot start moving him yet. Markson is going to move sideways and start heading up the stairs, keeping lookout for them. This third student...
Other students would do something. No.
Yeah, they're students.
You would imagine the other students would do something. Except they're students. They're panicking.
Jackasses.
Linesburg is going to start heading up the stairs. Sorry, I have to message Wyatt. He starts heading up the stairs, running this way, and looks back. Fucking impure! I said bring him here! Kenning is going to start dragging N's body up the stairs. N's still unconscious. Nolf, you're still carrying the body.
Can you make any saving throws right now to fight it off?
Not yet.
Damn it.
However, at the top of the doors, at the top of the stairs at the door, it slams open as an individual steps forward. A mundane human who looks incredibly generic with a combed back haircut and very nice brown simple clothing and a dark manila colored shirt, slams the door open and goes, "Are you all ready to learn?" This isn't the history department. I'm going to add him to initiative. I'm gonna say Nathan has a decent dex modifier, so that gets him there. You see Nolth, you are aware of everything happening, but you can't control yourself right now. You see, as the teacher slams the door open, the students all kind of look at each other in a bit of a panic, and they go, "Excuse us, sir." "Excuse you." He looks down as the students are trying to move through. Nolth, you are carrying the body up, and he goes, Hey, excuse me, what do you, sir? Sir, put the body down." Nolth, you're unable to listen to him, so you continue dragging the body. However, Markson is going to start preparing some type of magic aimed out at him, and Nathan goes, "You are not allowed to hurt my students," and runs forward with his book and slams it into you. Let's see if he can hit. Fucking natural
I have a
18.
knife. Did it hit?
Natural 18 plus.
Plus, okay. How much? Okay, I think
1 point of bludgeoning damage. And give another wisdom save.
Come on. 14.
14. You are so lucky. These guys are actually bitches. You break out of your dominate person as you look down at this small human who's swinging his book at you, trying to get you off of that other person in front of you, behind you.
Yep.
However, now we're back onto the normal initiative round. Linesburg is going to target that professor, and thank you, Wyatt, for that donation of Nathan Gale. Linesburg is going to look and go, "Shit! Fuck!" He starts checking his pockets and go, Okay. Halt! He holds his hand out to you and towards Nathan. I need both of you to give me wisdom saves.
14.
Break out of it. Nathan, however, does not. I remember he has a bad wisdom. You look over at him, unaffected by this. N, still unconscious. Kenning is going to move closer towards you, releasing their spell over at you. Actually, no. Kenning turns invisible and runs off. Nolth, your turn. You're still holding the leg of Nathan.
I will roughly drop him.
Roughly drop him? Are you trying to use your action to... Actually, no, he's on top of the stairs. Just give me a strength check.
Strength check? Just drop him hard enough for him to wake up?
Straight strength.
Okay. Straight strength.
6. You drop him. Boot lands. He's not awake. However, you know he's alive. He's just not conscious.
You know, my head bounced up the stairs. Bum, 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 bum.
You're very thick-headed, Gabriel. You can't argue that.
Quite you.
Nolth, do you want to use your action, or...?
Yeah. See, action to make my spear appear.
Okay, then. Bonus action?
Bonus action to hex the person who keeps trying to command me.
This one. What are you giving them disadvantage on? What ability checks?
Let's do dexterity. I'm not letting them run that far away.
Okay. Markson looks at you and goes, "Shit!" and starts dragging N's body this way. Start trying to go up a different route. Nathan Gale ends his turn there. Gabriel still unconscious. Linesburg's turn. He's now hexed.
Cable snores.
Yep.
He was exhausted.
Right.
Linesburg is going to raise his hand over towards you, and as he crushes a vial in the other hand, you notice a large plume of powder shoot over top of you, something that none of them saw beforehand. However, I need to roll to see if they can actually knock you unconscious. How many hit points do you have, Nolf?
38.
Pretty good. Oh, wait a second. Nathan's right there. We'll call Nathan at having 30 hit points. Nathan falls to the ground. However, you feel sleepy, but you don't fall asleep. One downside to sleep. You have to AoE it. And you're still snoring, being drugged down. Kenning is gone. Noth, your turn yet again.
Summon mate. I just need a slap in to wake her up, right?
You need to
Oh, wait,
use your
them up.
action to wake anybody up. It
I'm
is an
thinking
action.
Mage hand. Mage
You-
hand slap.
You need an action to shake them awake. It is your action to summon a mage hand.
I'll wake up Gabriel.
All right, you grab
Hey,
him and
wake
aggressively
up.
shake his leg back and forth, and Gabriel, you
What? What?
waking up, and you see another collapsed body near you as this mage is summoning magic and beginning to throw it at Nolth, who for the first time since you see him is holding a weapon. You've never even seen a piece on his ass.
Pointing straight towards Anne and say, I'll take care of him. Go save him.
Markson is going to continue fleeing. Nathan Gale is going to continue sleeping, cuddling his book. Gabriel, you're now awake.
Gable's gaze snaps over the end, and then he kicks his legs back, and there's a front flip up onto his feet. And who's in range?
Who's in range of what?
A sword.
Within dashing distance, this individual who's in front of you and Nolth, but you would have to dash because it's half of your movement speed to stand up when you're prone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unless you had the athlete's feet, and then it's 5 feet.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
love that feat so much.
No, I'm just the other feet. F-E-E-T.
Let's see.
Athlete's feet.
That's what I thought.
What level? You have. Let's see. What level am I? Do I have where I can transport because of being a vengeance? I'm trying to look for it.
What?
Uh,
Your Misty Step.
Yes.
Yes, you have that. It's a bonus action to move 30 feet in any direction.
Okay, I'll Misty Step toward the closest.
Are you going to Misty Step to the one closest to you, or the one dragging N away?
Oh no! Yeah, I definitely go for the one that dragged me in a way,
So,
and then I will move toward him and attack.
all right. So, Nolth, you watch as Gabriel flips himself up. There's a shimmer of energy around him as he just mutters, "Not now," and his body disappears as he steps forward towards this individual, almost like he leaped across the room, but you didn't see him move. Over towards them with another 15 feet. You can still attack with your action. Vengeance Paladins, you don't want to piss off.
No.
14, they are going to shield to protect themselves. You have multi-attack.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do.
You do. 15, however, just barely hits with their shield up.
12.
You run forward at this individual, clashing your weapon against them, which deflects off, and you go, "Oh, sweet!" And you just right up into them. And as their hood falls back, you see a young elven boy just looking up at you, collapsing and falling dead to the ground.
And that's all I can do at this point.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, cool.
Linesberg is going to look between the two of you and go, "Shit, this isn't good." Grab his hands together and rip them apart, and you watch as there's a small energy around him as he disappears from sight.
Can I still sense my hex on him?
Hex
in the
does not
area?
have a limiting range, but it doesn't allow you to know where they are.
Yeah.
Your hex is still up. You just don't know where they are. However, I think that is the end of combat. Gabriel, I presume you hastily wake N up.
Yes.
And you wake up to Gabriel, like, shaking you aggressively, and as you start leaning forward, you see that there is an elven individual who's bled out beside you, just blood coursing down against you.
So
Wake
that
up,
didn't
Nathan.
go as well as I had hoped. Where's Solaris?
Gabe looks around. Does he see Solaris anywhere?
Solaris wasn't in here.
Yeah, he wasn't in here.
He went away with the professor.
Gabe helps her up onto her feet.
Them.
Them up onto her feet.
This could have been a trap. We need to find him.
Hey, wake up. Wake up.
You kick him awake. I am Nathan Gale.
Yes. Now get up.
You! He goes to swing his book at your leg and just poof, right off the side. You cannot wait, where'd he go? What? Sir, are you okay?
Disappeared.
He leans forward
Yes.
and is looking over at Gabriel. Are you okay?
I'm
This
fine.
man was trying to drag you away. I'm sorry. I am the world's greatest architect of all time, Nathan Gale. It is a pleasure to meet you. He starts walking towards you with his hand out.
Hi, yeah, okay.
Hi. I'm sorry. What's going on? Ow!
This man
My head
also
hurts.
woke me.
Who did?
The one you said who was dragging me?
Sorry,
Do you
I
know-
was not in the right mind at the time.
I'm
Do you know
cheating.
why
Wait.
your students were attacked us?
Oh, these aren't my students. I teach theoretical history, that's all. Yes, archaeologist, sorry. He's the world's greatest archaeologist.
Where's Solaris at, guys?
Solaris.
Do you know a way to find someone who's in this building?
Solaris.
I mean, I know where most buildings, people would be. Who are you looking for?
Our friend Solaris. He should be.
I don't know a Solaris, unfortunately. I've only been working here for about a year. Do you know who he would be with?
God, what was his name?
Notes are super important.
I
Sometimes.
know. I just did a new stuff.
Oh, don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Hey, hang on.
I'm good enough to remember my name, apparently.
So many hit points between the two of you. Sorry, Anne.
Yeah, no.
A tanky warlock.
I knew you were going unconscious. I was worried about if anybody else would, and they weren't able to cast it at a high enough level to get Nolth asleep.
I'll make my spear disappear too.
No, I don't have it. He's one of the top people in illusion magic, I think it was.
Professor Kensworth. I just saw him walking down the hallway.
No.
Not Kensworth. Hymes? I mean, Hymes is a bit of an asshole.
No, he's
What race is he?
Elven.
That does not narrow it down.
I know.
Well, whatever. I think we should all take a seat. And he goes to sit down on a bench. And you notice he waves his hand, Nathan. Not Nathan. Gabriel and... No, oh my god, I just realized none of you have good passives. He sits down on a bench, cross-legged.
Can I roll a history check to see who this person's name is?
Sure.
I would like to do the same.
Sure.
I just
You've
don't
never
trust him.
heard of him before in your life, Gabriel.
No, I mean to try and remember the
Oh, the other guy's name, yeah.
the professor. Use
Go ahead.
my advantage. 18.
18. Kensworth.
It
That's the
was
name he gave
Kinsworth?
you. Yeah.
So yes, yeah, it was Kinsworth. I'm sorry, just
Oh, fantastic. Let's go. He stands up and the bench disappears as he begins running towards the door. I'll
Summoning
take
my
you-
spear again.
Already. And you all keep running with him. Rowan! It's
Yeah.
break time for you right now.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. You've been working very hard this entire time. And Tiny just, hands you over a thermos, a large thermos that has, some, well, it's juice with a little bit of liquor in it. And he goes, "Oh, did you bring a snack?"
Oh, no, I didn't.
"Oh, here, you can have part of my sandwich." He offers it.
Aw.
Oh, thanks, Tiny. What kind of
Yeah.
sandwich is it?
"Oh, I made it myself. It is a lettuce on rye, right? With ham, prosciutto, and Dijon mustard. Little pickles as well, just to add a little kick to it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
No cheese. I'm lactose.
Oh, I understand.
It's a curse."
Really is I grew up with someone who had it. Okay.
I know. Non-dairy
well-
ice cream is not the same.
Okay, so Rowan is a pescatarian, but she will struggle through this sandwich, which I'm sure honestly tastes amazing.
I mean, the Dijon mustard makes it taste amazing. Everything else, like, you're a pescatarian. You're not a big fan. If you want, you can remove the meat.
Can I I'll remove the meat and hand it to Tiny, and I'll say, you need this more than me. You're bigger than I am.
Oh, thanks. Takes it and just... And it's still a good sandwich. All lettuce, pickle, mustard on bread. But it's still a good sandwich. Listen, that's
All
actually
right.
a really good sandwich. That's like... I've eaten that on many a poor nights. And I was more than
Lettuce
happy.
sandwich. Yep. When
Yeah.
you're hungry, hunger makes the best sauce, especially on a lettuce sandwich.
But anyways, you sit there and you're having a very nice little chat and hanging out for a little bit, and you see off in the distance Nibble is currently talking to somebody who, he keeps looking back at the two of you and keeps talking and looking back, and after a while the individual walks away and Nibble comes like waddling over towards you and goes, "We may have a problem."
What is it?
"Well, on good note, we're done working for the day here. On a bad note, I just got word that our stone fell.
What?
Our stone fell. The stone
What
I
does that
gave, the stone I gave Chase, in case anything bad happens, to drop and let us know something bad happened."
Well, can you tell how bad the thing was that
No,
caused him to
but we
drop
know
it?
where it was. So let's go. And he begins waddling, like, on his very old halfling legs with his walking cane in that direction.
Oh my god.
Tiny goes over and just picks him up.
Thank goodness. Okay, Rowan will turn into a goat and start running.
Are you turning into a battle goat?
No, just a fast goat.
Oh, Balco, it's cooler.
What CR can you turn into right now?
I think I'm at a half, right?
I believe so.
But I can't fly or swim.
Nope. And a giant goat is CR half. You want to be a giant goat?
Yeah, I'll be a
Alrighty.
giant goat.
You turn into a large goat that charging through the entire area, just going, moving people out of your way. It's not very intimidating to hear you until you get closer and they look and go, "What the fuck?" and just dip out of the way. It's more like the size of an incredibly large ram.
Great.
And you are sure-footed. Wow, really? Huh,
That's right.
cool. So, you are charging up over to that wall, trying to catch up to your allies as best as you can. Now, Chase,
Yes.
that saving throw I made you make earlier was a failure. Not by a whole lot, but you fell prone to the illusion before you. And as the illusion began fading, you felt your own consciousness begin falling as well. And as your last effort before that happens, you dropped your stone on the ground. However, when you wake up, You are inside of a pitch black room. You can't see anything, and you can feel your hands are hung above you, chained to the side of the wall. You feel that your feet, the tips of your toes, are barely even touching the ground. You have to strain your legs just to give you that little bit of leverage to be there. You start checking yourself, assessing yourself, and you don't feel your bag, you don't feel your weapons. However, you do feel your familiar little kit that you hide in your boot. Apparently, whoever had stripped you of your armaments did not check that thoroughly.
Chase mumbles. This is what it must feel like to be Gabe. And
well,
oh, that's just rude.
Gabe probably,
we can interpret that one with 3 ways.
He would probably have less clothes, but okay.
Yeah, there's a few ways for that.
Yeah, definitely can be interpreted different ways.
Okay.
You say that, and you hear behind, next to you, not terribly far away. You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Hearing Solaris's voice.
Solaris?
Chase?
Can you move, or are you...
I can move a little, but doesn't help me very much. Is it N? Nolf? Gabriel? Shit. Can you see anything?
I can't.
Neither can I.
Do you have any way to make it brighter in here?
Sure. Let me try. Fuck me. You hear him mutter common words of magic, and you notice a large spark of energy that shocks through over towards your right. And as you get a flash moment of vision in the area, you see Solaris is being electrocuted very aggressively from some type of bracelet around his wrists. Roll me a perception check within that moment, okay. Chase.
Perception.
12. You're in a circular room, maybe oval. There's room behind you, but not a whole terrible lot. You did not see the door over towards the right, but you didn't have a chance to check the left or behind you in any of those manners before the flash of light ends. And Solaris goes, "That was a... No, I can't."
I'm gonna attempt to cast Mage Hand.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, shoot, they got me too.
You feel that same jolt of energy through you that illuminates the room momentarily. During this time, you are stunned. However, roll me another perception check, as you have another second to peer around. 5. The pain that pulses through you is way too immense to allow you to look around and peer at anything around. You do suffer 8 points of lightning damage.
Ooh, owie.
And your spell fails.
Okay.
Didn't work so well with you either, did it?
No, it didn't.
Shit.
I was hoping maybe they weren't expecting me.
These are mage shackles. They use this when some people become a bit too power hungry and need to be kept under lock and key for their safety and others. How did you get caught?
Well, I noticed that there were 5 people that looked a little suspicious heading here. And
5.
so, yeah, 5.
What did they look
in robes. They're in robes, very similar looking, and just something about them didn't seem right. So I came and I asked the guard, by the way, the guards are in on this too, because I asked the guards to take me to you immediately and that it was important and an emergency. And one of the guards, while he was supposedly taking me to you, it seemed like other people couldn't, their attention was always diverted away from him. And so they couldn't quite catch him. And he took me to a place that I wasn't sure that you would be at. And when I went in, it just didn't feel right. He let me go, and must have been an illusion or something of you. I remember like a flickering, seeing you. And I remember, so the other night when you were talking to your professor and I was out going to the bathroom, I didn't really pay attention to the time, but I think they said something about someone training students to become zealots or being zealous, or I don't remember exactly, but I think there's some guards in on it too.
That would make a lot of sense. But you said there was 5. I saw 2. 2 of them attacked me, and... Wait, he's not here either. Shit. What do I do with him? Where are the other 3? The other 3 must have gone after N. The others.
Wait, do you think your professor could be involved? I mean, I know he was warning you, but...
I don't know. He was trying to defend us against them as well.
Okay.
But the 2 mages seemed, well, equipped for handling other mages. They seemed to be practiced in war. Anyways, we have to figure out a way out of here.
Definitely.
They're practiced in war, not fuck off stick. Which is what a paladin is. You are a walking fuck off stick. Anyways, back to the other group. You're following through the hallway, running through here very quickly, making your way over to the secondary building, moving through the large, same scenery that I described to Chase previously. Then you make it over towards the botany building, which Nathan is first in front of all of you, slamming the door open grandiosely and going, "We're here to oh, what has happened here?" You look around and the plants have been knocked over. Many of the trees have been kind of kicked onto their sides. A large aspect of this area seems to have been the battlegrounds of some type of fight. And from behind you, Nolth, you hear clacking of hooves quickly approaching aggressively directly towards you. Muted.
Position my spear, getting ready to attack.
All right, you twist around and you see a large, giant goat charging towards you, with a familiar halfling sitting on the shoulder of a Goliath man, approaching up directly towards you. And I think this is probably where we need to end tonight's session. So, everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. It's been a hell of a session. I am so sorry. But anyways, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all had a good time. Wyatt, thank you for the donation, as per usual. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.